For more on the story, let's go to Costanza Musu. She's a professor at the Graduate School of Public and International Affairs at the University of Ottawa. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Many are arguing that the U.S. no longer is able to be a negotiator or the middleman in U.S. peace negotiations because of this decision. They say it shows bias. What do you think?
Well, the United States have never been a completely unbiased negotiator. The fact that they have at times been able to mediate derives more from the fact that they are an important player. They have many interests in the Middle East, and therefore they remain one of the main mediators. So let's say that in that sense, there isn't a great departure from the fact that the United States are seen as a partial mediator.
So Nikki Haley is saying the U.S. is the only country that has the credibility to be that kind of mediator. Do you see other countries able to step in and fill that spot?
I don't think there are other countries that can fill the specific spot of the United States because of the particular configurations of interest in the region. I can see other countries having increasing interest, though, and trying to further those interests. The United States has supported Israel. It continues to support Israel. This decision, however, I think is creating ripples of trouble that, in fact, are going to be faced by everybody, including by Israel. As we can see on the ground, the situation, the security on the ground is deteriorating rapidly. There are already violent demonstrations. There have been rocket fired at Israel from the Gaza Strip. So it seems to be very rapidly getting out of hand.
We are getting some qualifications from the U.S. on that decision announced by Donald Trump that basically the U.S. or the president isn't saying what the borders or the boundaries should be for Jerusalem. They are merely recognizing it as the capital of Israel. Does that make a difference to you? Do you think it would make a difference to those you see protesting?
There is a difference in the sense that President Trump was very cautious in saying that this declaration doesn't put any prejudice on negotiations. However, the issue is so charged that this particular distinction is not made by those who are listening to him. They are seeing, everybody in the region is seeing this as a very clear siding with Israel claims to the city and as a denial of Palestinian claims to the same city. So even if he's making that distinction and saying, which he did, and he said the final status of Jerusalem is up to the Israelis and the Palestinians to decide, this is not really what is being perceived, even if he said it. The problem is that this is such an explosive situation that making these very fine distinctions is diplomatically a little dangerous.
All right. Costanza Musu, I've got to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us on the program today.
You're welcome.